A very warm welcome. You're watching News 18 Global. I'm Akanksha Swaroop. Our top focus today is China. An important change has taken place as far as the administration in China is concerned. 7 months after his appointment as China's foreign minister, there's been a dramatic sacking of the Foreign Minister Qin Gang after his unexplained absence from public view just less than 7 months after he was appointed to the post. Qin Gang was one of the most high-level Chinese Communist Party officials to have been sacked from his post of foreign minister. He has been missing from any form of public appearance and has been removed without any official reason, leading to various speculations. Now, it should be noted that his role is now taken up by Communist Party Foreign Affairs Chief Wang Yi, who was also Qin Gang's predecessor. Qin was appointed to this post last December, and his mysterious exit has left many questions unanswered. The 57-year-old Qin Gang was one of China's youngest foreign ministers and a trusted aide of Chinese leader Xi Jinping. He was also someone who was exemplifying China's wolf warrior diplomacy. However, after recent questions on his whereabouts, it was reported that his official duties were already taken over by Wang Yi, who outranks him in the government hierarchy. Remember, Qin Gang was succeeding Wang Yi, but now Wang Yi is retaking that position as the foreign minister. Let's try and get in a sense of perspective in terms of what these changes mean for China and its opaque government moves. Let's try and get in a sense of perspective, and for that I'm joined in by Andrew K.P. Lang, who's an international and independent China strategist, joins me live. Thank you so much, Mr. Lang, for joining in. First of all, very basic, what explains Qin Gang's absence and this sudden reappointment of Wang Yi?
First of all, this is extremely abrupt and totally unexpected. And bearing in mind that Qin Gang was almost handpicked by President Xi, and he had an accelerated promotion in recent years. And then he had been appointed as the foreign minister only recently. So this sudden appearance without explanation is totally unexpected. At the moment, the Beijing Foreign Ministry and the spokesman haven't released any details. It's just there are speculations about his health, but I can comment on what is not involved in this unexpected move, because there are all sorts of speculations. The first thing is that it does not represent any kind of internal political struggle, because President Xi is still remains the highest authority, and he has rallied support, as not only support by his cadres, but also support of the vast majority of the Chinese people. So it does not represent a political struggle. Secondly, I don't think it involves a kind of reported extramarital kind of affairs. Even before the recent sudden dismissal, there were already social media reports about that he was having an affair with an anchor of a prominent TV channel. Bearing in mind that Qin Gang is married, and this TV person, this lady, also married, and reports that they had even given birth to a child in the United States. Now, of course, extramarital affairs is not does not occur in China only. Don't forget that in the United Kingdom, for example, many years ago, there was the so-called profumo affair. During the wartime, the Second World War.
That's all right. Why should we delve into other countries' affairs if you are saying that this is not an extramarital affair? A, B, if this is not an internal political rift either, then what is it? Isn't the lack of an explanation opening more questions than providing answers? And those questions are, where is Qin Gang? What has happened to him? Why is he missing?
Well, I'm coming to that. first of all, I ruled out these other possibilities. But the more likely scenario is the background of this of his a lover, as it were, who was the chief anchor of this TV channel. This person came from the United States. She was educated in the United States. The child was born in the United States, and there are reports yet to be verified that this lady was in fact a double agent. Now, if this is the case, I don't know. I can't verify this. That there is no statement on that, and I have no evidence. I have no sources proving that this is in the case. But if this is the case, then of course this would explain the instant dismissal. That's more likely, because don't forget that this lady was educated in the United States and one of the leading universities, and had an affair with Qin Gang for the past almost 10 years. And then if she is a double agent, then of course this would be a very, very serious matter. And even Qin Gang was handpicked by President Xi. He had to be dismissed instantly. But I have no evidence, I have no sources proving that this is the case. But having ruled out the other possibilities, this seems to be one of the questions that need to be answered.
Mr. Lam, what you're saying is next to earth-shattering, because if that is true, and which does seem like a possibility and also explains the sudden dismissal of Qin Gang, having said that, that also goes on to indicate that there was perhaps an extramarital affair.
Well, I don't think that there is any kind of denial either by Qin Gang and the Chinese authorities or even social media that this extramarital affair did not exist. Obviously, there is plenty of evidence to suggest that there is an extramarital affair. And what I was saying was that this is not peculiar to China. It also happened in other nations. It happened in the United Kingdom during the wartime, a very high-ranking war minister. And it, of course, happened in the United States. Even President Kennedy was involved in extramarital affairs. But I don't think that having an affair would warrant such instant dismissal. Because it only about a couple of weeks and this happened. So it must be wrongdoing much more serious than an affair.
And perhaps that also goes on to explain why there's been no censorship on Baidu, because remember, there's a lot of censorship on Baidu when it comes to such speculations, but we've seen no such censorship as far as the speculations are concerned, because a lot of information has emanated from Baidu at the moment. So having said that, now let me also bring your attention to the larger picture. There are a lot of incidents reported on how high-profile personalities and officials have gone missing in the past, whether it's actors, scientists. Industry Minister Xiao Yaiqing disappeared from public view for nearly a month last year before it was revealed that he was being investigated for corruption. Why do these high-profile personalities go missing in China?
Well, I think that this is partly because of the Chinese political culture. Don't forget that before President Xi assumed, when President Xi first ascended to presidency, there was a period when he himself disappeared for a couple of weeks without explanation. And that was because there was another very serious incident involving a kind of plot involving the former Bo Xilai and allied with some of the high-profile individuals in the Politburo. But that was then. What happens now is very different, because, as I said, that President Xi remains the core of the Chinese Communist Party. He had a great support amongst his colleagues and great support of the Chinese people. So I think I can rule out that there is any political struggle. But as I said, there is plenty of evidence to suggest that extramarital affair does exist.